going for a faster A strategy, this seems. They've got one person with the smoke grenade outside, and 3 going towards squeaky doors. You'd assume a burst onto the quad area after the smoke highway.
Well, they smoked it off, and it's now the flash as well, so the burst is happening. Majestboy's going to be the one that's up close and personal. cadiaN gets the first kill. He follows it up. Down goes Device, down goes cajunb, and down goes Xyp9x. He's got 3, and MODDII chimes in just for good measure, but it doesn't matter. SK Gaming, all 5 alive.
Yeah, really nice stuff there. We were hoping Majestic Warrior was going to turn up today, and what a way to set the tone for the match. 3 headshots for him with the silenced USP, playing that quad area perfectly. So TQM going for the fast strat, the surprise A push. You do 1 smoke towards highway, flashbangs come out, and the idea is you swarm the quad area, but unfortunately for them, they get completely shut down by the USPs as they run into the site. So, TQM will be semi-force buying into this. They've got 3 players with the upgraded pistol, body armor, cajunb and Device. Keeping their money pretty honest. They're only just going to get Desert Eagles here, but the problem is for SK Gaming, TQM are one of the most deadly Deagle players in the world, I would say, especially on a map like Cache. Lots of long-range angles, lots of heads to spots. Device hunting for one right now.
Well, SK Gaming have already achieved the task of getting half the rounds they got yesterday on this map. Now, keep in mind, they also won the pistol yesterday on this map. It was an eco that came immediately after that led to that 16-2 loss.
Well, dupreeh has opened it up. He's got the double Deagle headshot. This is exactly what I was talking about there. cadiaN finally manages to shut him down. Comes to the 4-on-3 situation now, but AcilioN does spot 3 players towards B storage. He's got his work cut out now. Needs to find at least 1 frag here. He gets that, but does get taken down. And the man advantage going in favor of TQM.
Problem is now, though, they've only picked up that 1 P90, and the 3rd man still watching middle. I know he's trying to cut off rotations, but if he was closer right now with these pistols, it would be more beneficial, because look what cadiaN's done. Down goes Device, down goes karrigan. They can work toward the platform and try and get the defuse, and cadiaN's going to fall out of that up. Xyp9x late on arrival. And that was pretty well done from cadiaN to find all 3 in separate measure. It's going to give the 2nd round now to SK.
Pretty impressive after losing the initial 2 frags there. cadiaN stepping up with a 4-man to salvage the round. And we talked about it yesterday. You just mentioned it. The fact they won the pistol and then, oh, you can see they're happy as well. Double high fives. Why not? Losing the pistol and losing the subsequent round is always so demoralizing, but they managed to hold on. Nice little grenade here from cadiaN to secure the round, I would say. Leaves the Xyp9x in an almost unwinnable situation there. So they get the bomb down, so TQM will be force buying this one. I don't think SK Gaming potentially will see this one coming after the upgraded pistols and such from the last round. But let's see how they react to this one. It's going to be 3 Galils and a little bit of utility and a fast boost. Device going to be leading the charge towards middle. Smoke's going down. cadiaN's gone in with that MP9 towards A storage. This could be a very bad mistake from him considering the weapons they have.
That was an issue yesterday for TQM against Fnatic as well, keep in mind. That they were not winning that duel every time they tried to flash themselves into A main. Slightly different opponent this time in terms of skill and also setup, because they don't seem to be doing that 2-man push inside of that position on the T side. Instead, they're looking to try and grab middle right now as TQM.
CT's unaware of the upgraded rifles just yet. That's going to give it away now, so they'll be adjusting their positions accordingly. And you can see they've actually given up middle this time and just waiting for the players to come up towards highway.
karrigan the only one not upgraded. He's got the Tech 9, the mini SMG, if you will. That's cleared off now into the first part of the checker, but look at MODDII. He's just waiting for this. He's going to pop out at exactly the right moment because karrigan, he's already overlooked that possibility. dupreeh might have found cadiaN first. When he comes right back into him with the FAMAS. Majestboy's still on top of the A side as well. They're trying to push highway. He looks away at the wrong time, and now he's got problems because there's one on either side. He's still blinded up. It doesn't matter. He'll get the kill. Friis gets dupreeh. Xyp9x gets 1 in return, so now we're still sitting with 2 men alive for SK. Or rather, excuse me, for TQM. It is now 2 for SK as well, though, because MODDII goes down, but look at AcilioN. The trade, and Xyp9x, luckily that smoke's at the cross point, because now, or rather at the forklift, because he can cross back into A main. Try and hold this post plant, but he's planted it tight into red, so he's going to have to commit to forcing himself out when they do try and attempt the defuse. Luckily, it's into a one-on-one, so he won't have to worry about the 2nd man baiting him out when they do so. And this should favor him, but he's got to go immediately. Even if Friis taps this, he has to push because the timing is set, and he makes it work.
Xyp9x always so good in these clutch situations. He looked so calm, read the situation perfectly there. The CT player coming in for the full defuse, but he gets in. And to be fair, he came off the defuse with Xyp9x only on 24 HP. I thought we'd have the advantage in that situation. AcilioN goes down first. This is Friis. Obviously looking towards A storage. I can hear the footsteps. I would have favoured him in that one, but there we go. TQM do take their first round and bring it to 2-1. SK Gaming not going to be messing around though. cadiaN, after purchasing that MP9, does have money to buy into this one. Friis going aggressive. I thought he was going to push through the smoke there. Actually decides against it, but cadiaN picks up the first frag onto Device. karrigan now towards the vents. Should be taken down here. There it is. Brings it to 5-on-3.
He jumps across the flames and wants to try and push with the SMG. Xyp9x gets the kill instead, but MODDII's got control of the vents. Takes dupreeh and falls back. That keeps him safe and alive. cajunb tries to think about putting out a nade, but watch this flank. We're already seeing it on X-ray. AcilioN's coming in behind them quite quickly with his M4, and he's going to get Xyp9x, not looking at all in that direction. And cajun's still locked inside checkers right now, so the early buy paid off, but it's going to get countered immediately by the force of the CTs, unless cajunb can do something about it, not with 3 players that close.
Nice work there from the CT side. cadiaN able to justify that AWP. A lot of shouting going on now. You can hear him getting hyped. He gets that first pick. The aggression comes in. The flanks start coming in towards the B storage. And they pin set the T's and actually salvage another round there. It's going to be difficult now for TQM to buy into this one. They have been force buying a lot this series so far, so let's see what they do with this round. They're actually going to take Nico on the chin this time. So it's in Desert Eagles once more, but dupreeh showed us what kind of damage he can inflict with those. SK Gaming reacting quite nicely. They're going to be the double MP9 buy coming in. They are predicting this quite well. Friis now, AWP being dropped over to him. He is the main AWPer for SK.
He's going to play the long angle from the truck. Smoke will dissolve in about another 6 seconds, and that'll open up A main again for his vision. Right now, though, MODDII again, he's gotten inside that vents. We saw yesterday cajunb doing the same for TQM. It's MODDII that wants to try and control what that's a good position on B at mid right now, but cadiaN's going to take down karrigan to start things off, pushing into A main through that smoke. MODDII jumps out, and the MP9s are doing all the work right now. It's money being gained for SK. All 4 kills coming from those SMGs. And Xyp9x the last alive. Just waiting for someone to push. Hopefully he can get at least 1 gun down. The headshot pre-lined up takes down MODDII. His turn to go on the bankroll.
He's in a 4-on-1 with no bomb. cadiaN pushing to that A storage area. Finds a bomb. Able to call in the rotations at that stage. At this point, Xyp9x, it's not really worth him saving the MP9. I think they'll be buying regardless next round. So probably just wants to try and build his bankroll a little bit more here. Let's see what we can do with this. 25 seconds remain. Has got the bomb now, but at this point he kind of just wants to die.
I like what cadiaN's doing too. He's on 2 HP, so he's all the way back at his own spawn. Doesn't want to give away frag money. He knows the situation as well. They know Xyp9x has picked up that SMG. They ain't able to close him down, but very smart for cadiaN to not even put himself in harm's way and give up an extra $600 potentially.
Yeah, that's a very good point. The fact that he knows any kill at that stage with the MP9 is going to be very valuable to Xyp9x there, so make sure he doesn't put himself in a position where he can be taken down. And SK with another clean round there. Only dropping 1 frag. That's MODDII on the rotation. Here comes the buy, though. This is an interesting one. Device with the scout. I think he's going to be jumping up onto the truck and just going for this chance jumping shot towards short. Normally doesn't amount to much. Most teams are aware of this. It's kind of the when you chuck in there, it's kind of a little bit of a surprise. Maybe he will get something out of this.
Because he's pushing up on top of that. Oh, did he just see him? He was visible. When Device dropped down, I don't think he caught his shoulder. And cadiaN on this ledge almost was in a vulnerable position. Device has now gone for the direct boost. And if cadiaN overextends even slightly, the scout will be able to punish him.
You can see his teammates waiting for the middle as well. As soon as he gets one of those tags off from boost, he's probably going to be calling for them to push out. But AcilioN goes down low from cajunb towards B, so that's a bit of a mouthful, but he goes down to 22 HP. He'll be falling back now from that initial aggression.
And look at this. This is TQM trying to work both sides. So cajunb, like you said, was working on that B side, got a little bit of damage dealt. They had Xyp9x setting up on the A side. The 3 in the middle were in a swing position. They've now gone for a default setup onto A, so Xyp9x and karrigan will toss over the smokes. The rest are in position from highway to try and push the site very, very quickly. And it's the Jistboy, who's near the red container. Friis, who's in the back line. Xyp9x going to take down cadiaN. That's A main gone, and already they're approaching from that highway position. But look at SK. Friis gets the one with the op. Now another as he turns back to A main. And karrigan suddenly finds himself alone and goes down immediately. What a shot from Friis.
They're loving it. That looked really nice and clean there from SK. Good hold, good synergy. TQ. I like we got the microphones on the players. We don't normally get that kind of feedback from them. But Friis with nice positional control here, making sure he hits the no-scopes. TQM smoking off CT spawn and trying to force an A split from highway and A main there, but the hold was too strong. SK Gaming looking like they're coming to life this tournament finally. 5-1 in their favour on the CT side. It's going to force TQM now onto pretty much full eco here. Just a couple of P250s and 1 Deagle for cajunb. They will be committing most of the players towards the A side of the map. Bomb's still down towards middle though. And dupreeh has got himself out with Xyp9x picking up the first frag as well.
cadiaN's going to rotate over to compensate that from highway. Still Friis playing far back on that truck position, so a single smoke at forklift would allow them to at least approach quad, try and go for a bomb plant, but dupreeh's got problems. He's not going to be in on the act if they try. Device has already made it through, but the bomb's at middle, and AcilioN's taking down cajunb. There'll be no way back for Device, even if he'd managed to get that far. He does not. And SK looking rather impenetrable at this point on the CT side. We know T's a problem for TQM, but against SK, you would have thought they'd be getting a few more rounds than they are.
Well, this is the whole thing. Finally, we see SK doing something in this tournament. Yesterday, they got completely wrecked on this map. We thought it's a nightmare for them to actually get picked onto this one. We knew they couldn't play Dust 2. Cash, they're going to have to play in this, see what happens. But so far, they're playing very well indeed. It's going to be a change of pace, though, for TQM. Double AWPs now. Device and karrigan are going to be wielding those. You'd assume a slower pace game, but dupreeh just pushed straight out middle. He's aware the setup that CTs are presenting towards them. Quite a passive one, so he can get out towards mid. Looks like his teammates will be joining him as well. This cajunb makes it towards checkers.
This is a different approach from Friis. He's at the B site. Are they going to read this? Flash doesn't catch him, and he's trying to hold this angle. The slow peek almost gives him the chance, but he just misses on the edge of cajunb. He nearly punishes him in return, but so far they both get away. And in fact, the only damage done goes on dupreeh. That's from a nade, so unrelated to that activity.
So we've got full mid control here from TQM, right? So they need to decide how they're going to actually make this work for them. They've got two players waiting for any CT mistakes to be made. And at this point, karrigan's going to come in and try and work the pick, but two players towards B for SK so far. They're not reacting as of yet.
This change of play as well. Friis not hitting that first shot. They double up the rifle. He comes back to mid. They were not expecting that at all. dupreeh going down immediately, and now they have to act quickly, TQM. A man down already. karrigan, he can't hit the shot. Sees cadiaN, but just slightly fires high, and that gives the two-man advantage to SK, who again are looking solid on this CT side. Passively holding this time, letting TQM walk into them. And so far, the patience is working. Friis is going to change it again. He's gone all three approaches. B, mid, and back to A. Down highway. Catches one going toward the vents, and he's going to take down Xyp9x. And TQM yet to find anything until now. But it's too little, too late, potentially. 4 versus 2. And the only kill comes from cajunb. cadiaN pushing in. They don't expect it. He gets both. Very well done from him. And this is a bit of a problem. Remember, they are good on train, TQM. That's the second map. But so are SK. They chose it today. It is the curveball.
That's SK's favorite map. That's the one they really want to be playing this tournament. I'm not really sure why they picked Mirage yesterday when they do have train in their arsenal. I think that's the map they should have gone to against NIP, but there we go. Didn't work out for them. Oh, but this time, maybe Cash is actually going to be the anomaly here because they're currently 7-1 up in the first half. TQM haven't really made that much impact. They're going to be on another quasi-buy here. Tech 9s, PT50s, and Deagles. A little bit of utility. Smokes come out towards mid. That's going to help them try and get towards vents. Let's see what they can do with that.
That's the play. It's a B split. And look at MODDII's position. They've heard that bounce, though. They have to know he's here. Do they look? They don't look. He lines them up and takes down 3. You would expect with that smoke coming out directly in front of them that they would have known. And somehow they don't spot it. cajunb gets back into him eventually, but again, another situation where it's too little too late. And look at SK. They're just completely obliterating TQM right now.
Yeah, really nice player from MODDII. Didn't really have to do too much for it. Like he said, they didn't check it, so he just gets the little spray down as they jump onto the boxes. No one aware of his position whatsoever. Doesn't even have to aim in that sort of situation. Quite easy stuff there, but clean all the same. So, round number 10. So far, Device, we talk about him being the world's best player, or was. He's currently on 0 for 9, Matt. So,
holy moly, good point.
So, if he's not turning up, that's obviously a huge deal for TQM. Not out of this just yet. Still hasn't got to the danger zone, I'd say. Still 5 rounds to go. They'll be rushing A with the AKs this time. A complete change of pace here. It's going to be a fast swarm onto the bomb side. They pick up the first 2 frags as well, so maybe finally can get into this one.
dupreeh adding to that total. Nade comes in. Good damage done to Friis, who's smoked off as well, so can't necessarily get himself in a direct position with that AWP. Tries to go for the E-box boost, but it's AcilioN instead that finds the first and only so far kill for SK. As they are suddenly on the back foot. Finally around for TQM, potentially. It's cajunb to get, there's the 4th and securing kill for the round. MODDII's going to try and just pick apart at the money. Remember, this resets the bonus for TQM.
This is the thing. They may pick up a round, but like you said, the loss bonus comes in. They were getting $3,400 a round. They lose the next one at $1,400. Good news is they kept 3 men alive, and they had about $4,500 in the cash in the bank anyway after this one. So they are in decent shape for another buy at least. But that change of pace works out for them. Maybe just keeping it fast and loose is going to be the best thing going forward. Allow their players to actually have the opportunity to use their AK-47 instead of trying to work these AWP picks that aren't really working out. Let's see how we go forward now. SK, they're changing their setup. It's going to be double AWP for them. cadiaN wielding ones along with Friis. Friis has been very impactful with those first picks. That smoke's got a huge gap in it towards mid, so This was a problem yesterday, actually, for TQM. Let's see if Friis can actually capitalize. That's going to be like a one-way smoke as well, you know. Just going to take that dupreeh to phase a little bit too much, and that was an easy shot that should have been landed from Friis, but at least he gathers the intel, I guess.
Little damage as well for the miss, but like you said, that should have been connected any day of the week.
I just think he couldn't believe his luck that he'd actually been given that gap.
This is close for Device, and there's the Gosag gone. He breaks it. It hatches into single kill now for Device. And a good one at that, because it evens it up at 4 versus 4. Friis is rotated over. cajunb takes him down, but AcilioN's still holding this corner. He's almost got them lined up. cajunb able to compensate for it, get the bomb back in the hands of his team. But they've got to plant this now, because no one is yet in position to deny it. cajun does so, and it's a 2-on-2 attempted retake with MODDII and cadiaN, who have both been fairly decent so far in this game. It has to be said, both had hot starts, contributing to SK's luck. Remember, this reset the bonus, so it's a must-win round for TQM. That tag up, it's MODDII, and how does cadiaN do that? Or rather, Device do that? He hits him twice. He's going to hold this defuse, and Device, there's nothing he can do about it.
Device is having a shocker. What was that, dude? Like, he should be nailing those shots all day long. They were simple kills. Device, you need to wake up.
And lost the op after the round.
Yeah, well, that's even more of a nightmare, right? So like we said, the money's been reset. They get $800 there, so it's not the end of the world, I guess, but the fact that Device is missing shots like that, he's missing right now. They need to take a pause, maybe.
I think this is it right here.
They need to talk to
sound in my ear for, yeah, this is definitely going to be, I mean, you had to question when it was going to happen.
So the fact he missed the shots and lost the round, fair enough. But like you said, when he loses the AWP as well, there's no reason for that.
He was just standing there in the end. It wasn't even like he was waiting to be peaked.
Those kills aren't too valuable,
Probably
really.
had his hands in the air. Couldn't believe his luck and how poorly he's been having. You know what it is? He didn't have his hair product in today. That's why Device is off.
I don't like it when he has his hair like that. I prefer when he looks nice and he kind of makes the effort. When he's floppy, you can tell maybe he's not.
Game likes it too.
Yeah, maybe he isn't not feeling it today. But it's disappointing. Like that's the thing when you've got so much pressure on your shoulders. And people are calling you one of the best players in the world, and you have these bad games. That's when it stands out so much. If it'd been anyone else, you probably forgive them a little bit more. But Device is supposed to be the heavy hitter for TQM. The heavy hitter. Someone who's leading the charge, getting all the frags, making things happen. And so far, he's been the weak link completely.
This would be a whole new level of shock, too, if TSM... I guess the most... I mean, there's been, obviously, Nip at Cluj... Last week, arguably, you could say LG. I mean, getting beat by underdogs, but this would be one of the biggest underdogs ever to beat them. You could go to Hellraisers, I guess, at APM.
Well, that
would be about the only other time that someone this low in the rating sheet would be in a competitive situation against them.
Right now, SK are finally playing like they do online. Like, Friis is turning up, he's hitting the initial shots. MODDII finally making things happen, having some impact here. Yesterday, he was pretty much non-existent. It's good to see him. Like, he's one of the young talents here. We called him out for being one of the most exciting properties within Danish CS right now, and he's actually living up to that name, at least. Not maybe hitting the heavy heights he does online at the moment, but at least he's having impact and showing he can actually perform on LAN as well. So the tactical pause comes in. I'm sure they're just trying to slow down the pace and just work out what the hell's going on. Maybe see what's up with Device. He's currently on 1 for 10. In that round, normally the easy shots are presented to him, be hitting those all day long, but not this time. They do have enough money to justify a buy. As you said the round before, they did keep a few players alive. So this one will break them, though. As you can see, dupreeh doesn't actually have a rifle here. Fast mid play coming in once again. But it's a change is set up for SK. They've gone for 3 players there. Locking it down. Pick up that first frag. It's going to come down to Device now. Can he make something happen? That'll be mollied off, I was about to say, but they failed the molly. So he still has position. He actually react there. That's going to knock him off now.
So Device not able to compensate. Can't take back mid. And a good play from SK to read that. The flash in. The Tech9 was the one committed, so dupreeh was essentially the scapegoat, the guinea pig in that play, but AcilioN's taking down Device. That's the op gone, and another death for Device without a kill. cajunb's been playing at that side of the map over and over again, but so many times he's had this to read in the obituary. His teammate's dead, and sadness will loom in his eyes because suddenly he's faced with an improbable situation, and he still wants to approach this, but look inside that vent. AcilioN hasn't busted it out yet. He's using it for vision, and that's timing that was fortunate, but MODDII still is able to pick up the kill against cajun.
Yeah, just could be Zipex remaining, and you feel like it's just a matter of time when he gets one before he's taken down. He's now on 11 HP, 30 seconds remaining. Has got the bomb. Not many options, I would say. Just trying to find any kills he can. I think he knows he'll be hunted at this point. As taking this weapon off him will be very valuable to him going forward. It should force pretty much fully here. They can probably maybe quasi-buy if they wanted to, but they may struggle to get an AWP next round. For me, though, I think just ditch the AWP. When they're doing those fast strats on 2A, that's when they're actually getting at least onto the bomb site, making it a post-plant situation. Right now, when they're working the picks, if Device isn't actually hitting any shots, it's kind of pointless in my opinion. Just keep him with part of the little fragging unit, get it to bomb sites, and see what we can do. Yeah, full eco coming in here. So 2 P250s and the rest of the guys on Glocks. This is almost a throwaway round. There's literally not even much chance of the bomb going down here. Full on A rush again. Worked out for them a little bit with the guns, so let's see what we can do with the Glocks.
This boy's already in position. Nearly gets two, does get two, and Friis, he equals that. That was a team kill, though. He took cadiaN, actually shot through him to get his.
You know what?
Yeah,
if I have to kill him, if I have to kill you to kill him, cadiaN, I'm going to do it. That's what he did.
Well, it's again Xyp9x left alive. 10-2, about to become 11. And what is Xyp9x doing? Just
it looks like,
standing
I
at
think that was
point?
a technical thing. That's why you can see a stop coming in. I think he's had a crash or something.
Doesn't make a difference at that point.
Yeah, to be fair, there's no point in kind of think you can justify saying let's replay the round.
Yeah, no. Not on that point when it's a 1-on-4.
It looks like he kind of disconnected there though. But another pause coming in. Here's a little replay coming in. Magisk boy just boosting his ego a little bit there. Easy frags coming in. No one even shooting back at him. So you can see he's enjoying himself there. One of the new boys to the scene. For anyone who's not aware, he kind of hasn't actually been to a CSGO LAN before. We haven't really seen him in any teams. He's 17 years old. Wants to prove himself on this big stage. SK have taken a chance by taking him on. He's been playing very well indeed online. One of the players that's impressed me a lot in the last couple of months. But hopefully we want to see him step up at these sort of events and show what he can do. cadiaN's had a good match as well. Looking pretty relaxed there. Him and Magisk boy, I think, are the ones leading the charge, really. Friis has had some good impact as well. MODDII has had some good eco spray downs, but not much else. And TQM probably using this technical timeout to work out what the hell is going on right now. We knew this Danish derby would be interesting, but I didn't think it'd be this one-sided so far.
You look at yesterday for TSM. They didn't get a single round on their T side until Crims decided to gift them with a no-scope that missed, and that amounted to a bit of momentum. But we saw them as well. You go back against Torpedo in the group stages. They didn't get very many rounds on their CT side. So there's inconsistencies on this map for TSM that are definitely showing through.
I think TQM have...
TSM.
Yeah, you know what it is. TQM, I think, have overthought this veto a little bit. After watching their T side on Cash yesterday, I would say this is a map you want to avoid. Don't take the risk of actually giving yourself...
They had the confidence thinking 16-2, SK,
yeah, exactly, right?
They're not going to do much on it either.
This is why I would say always try and concentrate on your best maps. Don't overthink it when you're trying to play your opponent. So
and apparently, we did have an agreement to replay the round.
The Glock round?
Apparently so. So here's the part that we didn't notice. No, we noticed Xyp9x was disconnected inside when it was a 1-on-4. He may have disconnected really
fair
early
enough.
on.
Like it's...
So if he disconnected, let's say he busts out the door.
What's he going to do?
Yeah, but let's...
Okay, go on.
You
Sorry,
have to think
let's
from theory, so I can understand. If he lags out early, Magisk Boy's lined up toward A main. If he comes out the door, that changes that play slightly. If he's able to put more pressure on Magisk Boy, then they get inside. I can understand it if he goes down that early, and hopefully they can make it.
If I had just been on a full Glock round, I'd say this.
Yeah, I know. I can totally understand both sides of that for sure. I don't think it would have made that much of a difference, but
I don't think it made any difference, to be honest. Coming out the door of a Glock, what's your big plan there? But anyway. They will be replaying the round. Interesting. Yeah. Well, SK, I'm sure will be fine with that, considering they know the buy that's coming in. If they end up losing this round, though, I'd be very surprised to see how that one gets forward. So we're just working out that last player getting back in the server. I think it was Xyp9x. So I'm sure we'll see this go in the way very quickly. TQM haven't got headsets on, so maybe we're not going to be slower than we thought.
Well, dupreeh is up. So obviously they're dealing with the admins at this point in time on what's going to happen. Obviously, we've got the most experienced admin in Counter-Strike here this weekend as well.
Who's that?
Mod.
Oh, yeah. He's all right, isn't he?
I mean, all right. Probably the best admin we have.
What defines a good admin?
Well, the guy's admin like over 1,000 games this year.
1,000 games?
Probably, yeah. Maps, easily.
Why are you getting annoyed?
Why are you
I'm just asking,
being rude to him?
I'm trying to let you big him up.
I'm going to have to go console the poor guy after this now.
No, I'd want you to big him up so he gets a bit of spotlight.
Right, don't worry about it, Henry. It's all about you.
That's true. Hi.
You put the U in UK. But you know what UK doesn't do well?
Go on.
Put themselves in Counter-Strike. Right, so... I think you're right. Let's go back to that point you're making about the veto, because we didn't really finish that. They have overthought it a little bit. We know they're decent on train.
Yeah.
Virtus Pro, we often considered the best train team in the world. But the team who could consistently beat them on that map, and Taz said it himself at Sivo, we lost our confidence on that map because TSM beat us so convincingly 3 times, I think it was, in a row. So we know they're good on the map, but SK is great on it as well. And if they get the momentum going, and if TSM continues to struggle, specifically Device,
this is the thing. I think this is the headline of this game so far. When you've got Device on 1 for 11, I think it was after that round, and it's not like he hasn't had the opportunity to get kills. We've seen him miss pretty standard, easy AWP shots coming in. People like running towards the bomb site with their back turned to him, double miss.
Well, that diffused when it was a 1-on-2. If he had to hit the first shot,
then
he
even
had a
on
chance.
the exit kills, at that point, like you said, he probably was just trying to get his frag rating up a little bit. He thought, okay, I need to find some kills here just to boost my confidence a little bit. If I can pick up the double kill on the exits, maybe I can make something out of this. But then he dies as well, and that loses the weapon. So, oh, Device, this is getting a bit of a horror show right now. And obviously, it's the first map of the best of 3. It's the beginning of the day. We're all a little bit tired. So maybe he's just kind of warming up and getting in the zone. But I don't think there's any excuse really for a player of his caliber for this performance so far. But this is the thing, like you said, the map veto. I've never really rated TSM as a very good cash team, especially on the T side. The CT's fine. Like they play that very
well,
standard.
They did, again, I brought up the Torpedo game. They had inconsistencies on it in the past. They have had some struggles with their CT as well. But you're right. More often than not, it's their T side that's absolutely abysmal.
I think if they just picked a map that we know they're strong on, try and stay away from the ones they can sometimes be a little bit shaky on and lose to lower teams here on this one. So, well, not lose, they have very tight games. There's no reason why they still can't come back and win this. Like, even if they get 4 rounds, like, they're fine, right?
So what, Matt? Obviously, Dust2 was banned out by SK.
Yep. Cobble was banned out by TSM. I'd have preferred them just to, I don't know, straight up pick Inferno maybe.
I was thinking, Inferno would be the other one that they could go against.
Straight up,
SK.
pick that first. You're very strong on that. Like Inferno, I had made a list of SK's like unfavored maps. Inferno is right down there. It's like it's weak to medium. They can play it, but they're not great on it. So just pick a map. TSM very strong in Inferno. Just pick that in. Get the job done.
The obvious pick in this case, in my opinion, actually isn't even Inferno. If they went for Overpass, they know they're stupidly good at Overpass.
Absolutely.
They know their record. What was it? 23-4. I think, like you said, they overthought it. They literally looked at it and they went 16-2 on it yesterday against NIP.
It's a very weird decision in my opinion, but there we go. Maybe they're trying to show both a little bit.
For it? That's the bigger question right now, because as we see it right now, as it sits now, it's 10-2.
Hello.
All right, so it's going to take a minute or two. We were potentially facing 11-2. Right now, we're not sure. That might be a replay, but even still, they're on Glock, so it's very likely that is going to be the scoreline.
That's why I see even worth the replay. Well, maybe they'll find 1 kill out of this. If that, it's not going to have a huge impact on the game. But fair enough.
Device. Maybe Device will get 2 kills this round.
Maybe. He's like, guys, we should replay this one. I've got an idea.
I've got an idea. I want to get
do the same tactic, and I'll go towards B with the bomb. If they do something like that, that's going to be really cheeky. And they do the exact same strat, and then one person goes to the bomb towards the other side.
Yeah,
it's like, guys, we're doing the same thing. We're being good sports, and then all of a sudden the bomb goes down B. That would be quite cool.
That would actually be pretty funny. Until, for whatever reason, Friis just decides to like run through the B tunnels. He's like, all right, I know they're going to go A. I'll flank them. Oh, the bomb! I got the bomb over here this time, guys. What happened?
Well,
that would just be the luck that TQM's having this game.
I just heard something in my ear. I think you were blabbering on, but
they're rejoining the server.
Yes. Cool.
I can do 2 things at once.
I can't. He doesn't talk to me very loud. I think he like whispers in my ear when he talks.
He doesn't like you. He told me
Not a lot of people do.
You said it.
You like me.
I do. I missed you.
It's been a while.
That's been a while.
What was the last time we did
Sevo?
That wasn't that long ago. 3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, probably not long enough, to be honest. I should probably just avoid you longer.
It's kind of mean.
Not as mean as the scoreline against TQM. But we are all back in the server. So now they've just got to ready up.
So this is their technical timeout for anyone who's joining us.
Let's say they could pick up at least 2 more rounds. I'm assuming they're not going to get this Glock round. We end at something like 11-4, and they win the pistol. Do you give TSM a chance on the CT side?
Absolutely. Always never rule them
I mean,
out.
they are that good of a team, right? But
this will bring us to 11-2, right? I see them. They'll be able to scrape together at least 1, maybe 2 the last 2 rounds. I think they'll get 1 more at least. And as long as they get 3, I think they're okay. Like, they can still make something of this. If it goes to like a 13-2, I'm not so sure. Like, it would just be too much for them to try and salvage. It'll be too much high risk going on. You can't be that strong. It doesn't matter how good you are on CT. It's always going to be a little anomaly, something that goes wrong, a little bit bad luck or something. So I think if it goes to like a 13-2, then we're in a lot of trouble. But 11-4, definitely doable. They need to get these last 2, I would say.
Well, they need to get 5 more kills than they got on the first pistol as well.
Yeah, did they not get a single
one?
They
didn't get a single kill on this.
That's because, well, they went for that simple A strat, right? Like, it normally...
They rushed it. Well, yeah, Magic's went crazy behind that.
That's the thing. They completely just fed him. Like, there was no pressure really towards him. They didn't have the utility to kind of flush him out. There was no Molotovs. He was kind of just waiting for them to run on his screen. And he just absolutely blasted them as he came on the corner. So quite impressive from him to turn up. I think that's the kind of momentum he needs to get into this. So like a young player, like especially when I was that age, like especially if you have a really good pistol and you kind of think, oh, yes, this is it. Like Reg is feeling nice. I've made shots there. I've had some impact. We've got an eco coming up against us next round. You can kind of build your own confidence along with like the money of the team and
that's the other thing
morale.
you mentioned though. Like I know this is kind of like going into a theory spiel, but the Reg, he's never played online. Like it's got to feel so clean to him. So if he can get rolling,
there is a huge difference. Like online CS it's fine. Like it shots hit, but when you get to a LAN, like you can't believe how crisp it feels. Like every shot's registering. There's no delay. There's no anomalies on the internet or like certain packets not being delivered and stuff. Like everything hits. Like it's such a different feeling.
No one's downloading on like a computer in the other room.
Yeah, exactly.
Or,
like
watching it.
I miss LAN play so much. Last time I played on LAN was against Semler and Moses, and look how easy that was. That just goes to show you
it's true
what you can do when you're on a LAN
Rip
environment.
Moses. Yeah. Although you did get carried by Enders, to be honest. So
mate, I think that's more embarrassing for them than it is me, to be honest. Like we had Maniac, who was supposed to be the one who was going to carry us. I think he was the quietest player, but
he just wanted you guys to have your fun. He wanted you guys to have
he
your
was
moment.
He was actually pretty rattled when he got on there. He's like when he that was the thing. He didn't.
That's actually hilarious.
He didn't actually find like any kills in the first couple of rounds. You could see him getting tilted a little bit. He was just like, guys, it's not feeling right. I'm not finding my confidence here. Like that's exactly the point I was just making about MODDII. Like the fact he gets those kills in the pistol and you kind of get yourself in the zone. The pressure's released. You get this confidence for Axe to get you going.
Sounds like Eternal Titan problems, to be honest. Yeah, just can't get it going.
So you're going to ESL next week. I think you guys are doing a show match there, aren't you? You're going to be doing a little.
I don't know what the deal is. I think that they are going to try and keep that going, but I don't know if it'll be like official this time, like IEM. Yeah, it's hard to do them that close together and make it back to back. But I have to be quiet. I'm being told to be quiet.
Why?
It's the first time the producers told me to shut up before.
Hör Judith, alla spelare är inne på servern nu. Vi måste köra igång.
Ja, visst.
Ah,
wow.
There we go.
Those two girls are so rude. She just told me to shut up. Just so she could do that.
We're coming back in. It's going to be the replay of the round. It looks like the full Glock rush going towards B this time. So, changing up the tactic here. And actually, we're going to get some frags as well. It
is Device. See? That's why they did it. He got one more kill.
There it is.
karrigan going to try and push this. AcilioN gets the kill, but it's traded by dupreeh. So now they've still got two members alive inside that site. Plus, they've picked up an M4. Slightly different round altogether. Denied the plant, though, Friis, with that nade. And suddenly, dupreeh's got to clutch it out. Tries to bait them in by just tapping that plant. Not successful. Fire gonna just land on top of his position. This is buying more time, but he's got a minute to work with, so this is still looking all right. They've trapped him in the site. They almost get the peek as well. dupreeh with no armor. Aim punch hits on the first one, but he does more damage in return to Magix than he actually takes before putting that bomb down. Still, though, he's gonna get peeked out by Friis.
Wow.
Who's making pretty easy work of TQM throughout the majority of this game.
There is a much more convincing round there for TQM opposed to the one we just replayed. They actually get the bomb down and 3 kills to their trouble. So SK probably a little bit shaken by that one, but they do get the round on the board. And TQM boost their money for sure for next round. That's $4,000 extra going into the team bank accounts. As the scoreline goes to 11-2. 2 more to go. TQM, like I said, probably need an 11-4 here to have even just a reasonable chance going forward into the next half. So no AWPs this time. I like that. I said before, go towards that fast A strat again. Get your main players in position so they can actually just have simple opportunities to get frags. 3-man stack coming in from SK Gaming. They'll actually be boosting over, it seems. Or they were thinking about it. TQM going to be waiting for them, though. cajunb ready for this. And he probably will find the first frag, though, as he's going to be boosted over himself. This is going to be a little bit scary for both teams. AcilioN takes the first frag, though. And at this point, they can probably just fall back to the bomb sites and make TQM make the next move.
Well, they're going to set this up for an A. That's their move. But look at the defensive positions right now from SK. There's 3 members there.
Fake. Oh, no, it's not a fake. I thought they were going to run to your back.
Just try to go to A main. But look at that Molotov as well, buying more time. So the smokes are going to be at half time by the time they even get toward them. Luckily, they still conceal enough to force Friis back in behind the quad position. So the AWP rendered less effective. karrigan gets a kill on AcilioN, but Friis is still there to take down Device, who continues to struggle in this matchup. Friis going to take down karrigan as well. The top of the highway, and Friis is absolutely unstoppable.
That was pretty sick, to be fair. Friis in a difficult situation. They knew where he was. Back towards quad. Gets the first player towards highway. And then a nice quick scope towards A main as well. Finishes the round off. I'm glad we get a replay of this. This was pretty tasty. Device is the first man to go down. And this karrigan, this is the shot that really impressed me. Boom. Zipex. Sit down. There it is. 12 plays 2 now. We're going to the final round. It's a very, very difficult bite for TQM here. They've got UMPs Galils, Tech 9s, and 1 AK. So not much to work with. There's a lot of damage coming in there, but dupreeh capitalizes, finds a kill on cadiaN. Gives him the man advantage, but still behind on the.
I'm not sure if cadiaN was expecting to be flashed in there. He was just like sitting on the edge of the garage. In a kind of odd position.
He did a bit of damage to. I'm not really sure. I missed that one. Let's see how TSM react to this. So they are forcing their way towards a bomb site again, but Friis is going to be waiting for them. Narrowly misses out on that shot towards Squeaky Door, but MODDII on the other side has killed himself.
And Friis continues on as well. He's got down dupreeh. Magis is going to be playing in behind the quad position again this time, and Friis is going to come over to help accompany him. And they know that Squeaky Door's been opened up. cajunb is going to grab the AK-47 that's downed inside of the big garage. And they need the next kill, TQM. It's a must-kill situation. They have to neutralize this immediately. Xyp9x tries to do so, spamming through that open doorway, but no one's on the receiving side of it. Friis set up already for A main. Tight angle to hold, but I won't discount him from hitting that shot so far this game. He's been pretty hot in situations like this, specifically on this A site. cajunb goes to clear quad, and there it is. Friis hits it. He walks out directly into the crosshair. MODDII's going to follow that up. And never mind the must-kill, because it's Device in a 1-on-4. And another round that surely SK Gaming has their clutches on.
Yeah, if there's ever a time to step up Device, this is the one. But not really going to amount to much. As it goes to 13-2. This is the scoreline I called out, Matt, that is probably at the point of no return. There's so much pressure on the pistol, and that picture summarizes it quite nicely for that man there. Just hiding away, face palming after the first half, and I think it's justified, to be honest. Obviously, a very rare occurrence for him to have a performance like that, but happens to the best of them, unfortunately. Can't be the best player in the world every game, Matt, especially you.
Are you still mad at me for making fun of the UK scene, Henry?
Everyone's having a go today. I don't represent the entire UK.
Unfortunately, in Counter-Strike you do, because no one else can.
Just happen to be born there. There's not much I can do about that.
At least you admit it, that you would rather be from elsewhere. I might get you into Canada. We can probably get you citizenship.
Well, if we get married, then we can do it.
It's legal in Canada to get married. It's legal in the UK. Do you know that Elton John was the first Canadian gay marriage?
Pretty sure he's British.
Oh, wait. No, I know, but he married a Canadian guy from Alberta. But
mean.
actually, I think I have that wrong. I think he was the first marriage in the UK once it was legalized.
Okay.
Yes, but he did marry a Canadian from Alberta, so there you go.
So we can do it.
We can. We can just follow in the Elton John footsteps.
All right, we'll start a Kickstarter.
Someone save my life tonight.
Anyway, the second half coming into this one, it's going to be TQM on the CT side. Now, obviously, they're going to have 4 sets of armor. They're going for an aggressive play towards a storage. MODDII's there behind the box already. He probably will take down Device. There it is. Great. Well, double kill as well to kick things off. That's going to be insult to injury at this stage. That pretty much guarantees a pistol, unless karrigan can pull out an absolute monster performance. It's actually becoming from MODDII as he gets his third of the round. He wanted to keep going with that one. Potentially could have just stayed alive. cajunb takes him down. Brings it to the 4-2.
And at least something to try and hold on. Onto this round, but it's another problematic situation. They've gotten one more kill than the first pistol. And SK, they got 16-2'd on this map yesterday. They might return the favor.
It's a really nice
to their
plan
Danish counterpart. Yeah, you're right. That's perfectly planted. Well in the open, even if they go for the defuse, with 4 members still alive and time continuing to tick away. It's going to be so hard for them to hold that. dupreeh tries it in the smoke, but forget about that idea. They're gone already. AcilioN closes the round, and it's now 14 plays 2.
Well, there we go. MODDII hiding behind the box there in a storage. The Devices didn't even anticipate him being there. Obviously, MODDII had a very good spawn, picks up the double kill. Made it a triple as well as he entered the bomb site, and that really does tie things up. Not really much you can do on the retake with 2 men against 5. So TQM have no real choice here but to force buy into this round. They can't allow SK to get to map points this early on in the series. So big grenades coming in. MODDII actually takes a lot of damage there towards Toxic. He will just be trying to stay alive at this point. dupreeh trying to take him down. Actually does manage to make it happen. He won't be able to salvage the weapon though, as he will fall back here. Nice play by him. I think it would have been silly for him to try and get that rifle. I think MODDII had, but no chance here for TQM to take the round. As I said that though, AcilioN does take down dupreeh.
Acilion's left on 24, though. karrigan, great shot.
I thought that's a headshot.
That didn't matter. He had 24 HP, so it's still a kill. It still counts.
They all count.
It's easy to count for them this time, too. I can still have Device's kills on one hand. But Device and cajunb, speaking of, they'll be stacked up in the B site. Both playing over toward that generator side. cajunb slightly elevated on the plateau, though. And he's holding the tighter angle of the two. Molotov's going to come in, though. That will move Device. He has to, and as he walks back, is there going to be enough space? No, he's burning. He's got to get across. They've stacked that up, too. He's down to 33 before they even enter. That's going to hurt when he's only got a pistol to work with, and MODDII is going to take him down. Friis takes his teammate just before, and what was 4 is now 2. And SK with the advantage, and now the bomb down. Friis peeking up toward heaven. karrigan already taking damage. He's just going to pop that flash in to buy more time before he can peek, and it's all about buying time when the bomb is down. That's all they have to do. There's no kits.
So difficult to do. They really do need to win this round, but it's not going to be possible at this stage. Zipex, the last man remaining, has got full health in his CZ, trying to find anything he can, any sort of hope. It's not going to happen. No kit. Going to be falling back to CD spawn at this point. Actually, wants to try and get an exit here. Does get spotted though. That's something. Takes down cadiaN. Gets a double as well. Like I said, not really going to amount to much yet. As the scoreline does go to 15 plays 2. Map point for SK Gaming in the second round of the second half. I don't think anyone saw this one coming, Matt. Did you see this coming?
No. No, I can't say that I did, Henry.
Good. Well, there we go. I told you this one would be exciting. We're going to get 3 maps. I'm telling you right now.
It's very possible that we do, but only if TQM wakes up. That's the bigger problem. 15 now. 1 to go, SK, and you'd have to think, with how this one's played out, it won't take much to grab it. karrigan's going to try with this jump scout. Does damage onto MODDII, but the kill just down to 29 HP. He's forced off of that position because not only has MODDII made it up on top of the boost, but so too has cadiaN. So the more he sticks around, the more likely he is to come under threat from the AKs. They'll smoke off Zed Hall as well. cajunb. Oh, sorry, bud. You're going to have to find a different angle of attack, a different approach. That approach is going to be at B site. That's where SK also want to enter. And dupreeh's playing up close with this shotgun. It could work out if they overlook it. If cajunb can manage to distract them, he's just got to be the ringmaster with the red cape at this point in time and let the bull give him the horns. But how many horns does that bull have? Is it going to be enough to take down all 5 players? There's 1 already. There's 2. dupreeh's up for the challenge. That's a long shot to take against MODDII. He looks up to the task, but probably should have just sat tight and let him walk in further. Now it's karrigan's turn to go to work with the scout. It's back to a 3-on-3, and SK is taking the damage back in their control.
They're going to be rotating the bomb back towards A, it seems, as well. So this could be an interesting play. Leave 1 person towards B. And actually, they've got a player in Zed Halls as well. This is actually pretty perfect from them. That kill is going to be just boys all day long. 1 more to secure the first map. And who would have thought SK Gaming coming into this one and winning 16-2 versus TQM after yesterday's performance. This is incredible. And hopefully more to come from these guys. We wanted them to step up yesterday, didn't really deliver, and looking incredibly strong today, or I should say TQM looking incredibly weak. What would you say it's more in favour of?
Both. It's definitely both. I mean, we're seeing SK play much, much better, unquestionably. But this is not the TQM we've come to know, and that does it. Look at that. Talk about getting 16-2 one day, coming back the next. Is this the LG story all over again, Henry?
Absolutely is. So